أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته to our beautiful mothers and our fathers, our ancestors of the land where we have been born, birthed and founded in our, mashallah, tabarakallah, in our blessed lands of the wombs of our mothers, the great ancestors of this age, mashallah, tabarakallah, as we welcome in and witness the end of the 26th of Dhul Hijjah 1446. It is the final Yawm al-Ithnain. It's the final Monday of your entire lives on earth in terms of your calendar, our calendar, and necessary for us to reconcile, people. It's 1446. Most of us are unaware where in the sea of conscious we are, because mostly we are stuck in Iceland. Okay. This is a promised time to all of you, to all of us. Those of us who claim they are Muslims, Christians, Jews, Buddhists, Hindus, this is a promised time to each and everyone, especially for your children. Okay? That's why I chose to come on today. Because we're closing the age, people. We're closing the conjure, the metaphor. We're closing the illusion. We're closing the hypocrisy. We're closing the lies. Okay? We're closing the fake gods episode. We're closing the fake religions. We're closing the fake artisans that were assigned by a invented Allah, God, Prophet, who claims they saw, they know, but none of them know anything. Okay? The politicians, the lies, the age of lies has come to an end, is closing here. Okay? The lies that you have been feeding your children, the lies your parents had been authorized to give you, the education that we have been reciprocating via the adversary, all this hypocrisy, that we had killed the inner self, the soul, the heart, the ruh, the self, the highest self, the God. It's finally coming where you have to now come to make your departure ceremony. This is the departure, 26th of the 12th, 1446 Hijri. Okay, so when your Allah says in the Quran, فَأَجَاءَهَا الْمَخَاضُ إِلَى جِذْعِ النَّخْلَةِ قَالَتْ يَا لَيْتَنِي مِتُّ قَبْلَ هَذَا وَكُنْتُ نَسْيًا مَنْسِيًّا. Okay, people, the Quran is not a literal book, people. Okay, whatever you have ever thought and believed in the Quran is exactly the opposite of what the Quran is in this age. The age has your psychology since 1441, since the corona invasion in your minds, and since you have been caught prepared, since you had been modeled scientifically in a brain and could not find the rationale of the heart. Okay, now you have to fight. The war is now in her, it's in session now. The war you see in your face is the war inside of you, people. Really. This was because you failed in the last 6 years to recollect who you were. Just find out, just ask your Allah, just give Allah a phone call and ask it, listen here, man, what was my purpose for coming into this world? What did I come and do here? Where's my destination here? Where did I come here from? What am I here to do? Okay? This was initially why Allah set the alarm, the warning, the warner. When it came to your corona lifestyle, reboot, okay? The reset. Whilst you had gone and been isolated from your very own, from where money could no longer serve you. You could have all the trillions, but they could do nothing with money, because now money at that time in your life, you should have realized that it was removed. It will now only remain in those people's minds that are artificially intelligent. We all saw our fathers couldn't help their mother, they couldn't help their brothers, they couldn't help their gods. They closed up everything. Okay? I'm coming to a certain point here, subhanallah. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik alayk. This, what you are going to face now as a civilization for 3 years, from this moment onwards until 2028, okay? the closure of the port of Hormuz of the Gulf. It is now where you are going to be choked. The child is dying. Okay, when you hear the Surah Maryam, I wish I was mansiyan wa kuntu nasiyan mansiyan. Okay, you wish you didn't live here because in this time physiologically. You wish, because you are now in the state of denial, people. You don't know who you are. You don't know what your book of life had entailed. You don't know what brought you to this level. You don't know why Allah sent corona in your lives. You have no idea what you are doing here. Okay, those who are of the soul tribes, they are the only survivors in this collision. Okay, the world will now go into a nuclear, a new something that is new and something that is clear. Okay, the nuclear resides within us. We are supposed to have gone through a renewal, people. This was 6 years Allah gave you, the universe gave you. Okay, if you had read your book of life and if you could come back into your home, okay, if you were not in a foreign space, if you were not outside of your natural environment and habitations, okay, if you had not migrated from your natural order, if you have not been exercising your right of self-determination, that is your sovereign right above every other human right that exists in earth. You, as now as you are, you are lost. You are lost in earth, in this dimension. You have died, most of us. Our conscious has died, people. Our parents has died. Our children has died. In conscious, you've died. You've not made it alive. Okay? You were supposed to have rescripted a new narrative because your old narrative, your old God, your old prophet, your old lie was officially debunked. Okay? The illusion, the secularism, the secure realism, okay, the false gods that came from all over the Middle East, okay, these didn't work for us anymore, guys. You are busy with a false narrative. You are busy with a God that don't exist, and you want your children to continue believing in something which is false. Your God has been killed by yourselves when you close your mosque, and Allah made us see who you were. Okay, you don't have a God in your lives. You don't realize who you are. You don't know what you are doing here. You are giving us children a false God. You are giving us money that don't exist. You are replacing God with money. You are replacing the securities that we needed to find here as children with something which is fabricated. It's a note. It's a bank note. It's a false promise. Why did you not give us the real God? Why didn't you tell us who is Allah by yourselves? But you couldn't find Allah because you created new gods in your lives. You wanted your children to perform shirk. That's what you did in the civilization. Now you sit without a God. You're challenging the God. You are calling on a God that as if he knows nothing that is happening to do something to you and to do something to the world. People, you are caught up. If you are dead, you are in Jahannam. Your reality that you are experiencing today, it's because you are captured in the conscious of an unconscious realm, which we call Jahannam. In the conscious world, in the real world where we have abilities of intellectual properties and sovereign rights. Okay? This is obviously it is a departure of an old dead civilization where they fed their children with dead gods, dead religions, dead prophets, dead money also. Okay, the money can't talk. Money can't talk. You gave it life for something which is not alive. Okay, you gave money the life and you took it away from Allah the life. Okay, You must come to terms what you did on this earth. It is fasad. It is fasad that you cause. It's fitna that you cause amongst the tribes. Okay? And therefore, those who were alerted early on of the catastrophe that is now unfolding. You are going into a fully blown war, people, if you did not clear. If you didn't go through the nuclear is inside of you. You have to go and find the peace. You have to go and find your true sovereign identity. You have to find your true sovereign passport. You have to find your true sovereign knowledge. You have to find your true sovereign self-knowledge and self-revelation. Okay, you had to find that as human beings. What you think you came here in as a holiday? Okay, your parents, most of your parents misguided you and took you straight into Jahannam, and you are going to take the vengeance on them in this next 3 years in reality, because that is what the Quran says. وَلَا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةُ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. The gods your parents are sitting with currently are idols. Okay. They've been feeding you with false gods, your parents. Okay, in general, this got nothing to do with religion. It's just got to do with the aptitude of the last civilization, how they succumbed to the illusion of the Hollywood world. Okay, the inferior complex where they believe that the European, the American culture should dictate lives, should dictate your diets, should dictate your clothes, should dictate your cars, should dictate. This is where you threw your children into, and you had to take out, send them into the prisons of the universities for them in order to make money. They were narrowed down in their brains to believe that was not the answer, but they had to know and study it so that they can find life in money, so that they can be awarded it. That is the sharik you gave your children, people. We are witness to it. Wallahi, we are witness to it. You send your you called it Islam, you called it Christianity, you called it Judaism, but it was actually what? It was actually shirk. It was pure shirk that you were performing with your children on earth. And remember, that is not your children. They are not your children. They are your amana, and you chose to send them into hell. Okay? Now, when your children wake up and they realize what their mothers, their fathers had sent them into, okay, they have to go back to Allah. But to go back to Allah, they will have to find the specific, dedicated, elected, selected route, tariq, through the mother, through their great mother. Now they remember their own mother now is a mushrika. Walau a'jabatkum. She doesn't know who Allah is. She's the imratun ghabira. She sent her own children into a religion, into a god, into a holy land, into whatever places you called it, in order to give her child a false impression of a God, whilst the God doesn't exist in another country. That God exists inside of your conscious. Okay? That's how you've been flipped, people. Your own children will become your worst enemies now, because you made them into idolatry, worshippers. Understand what I'm telling you, people. You don't want to understand because you are in denial. You think people are in denial. You think people are following cults. We are all in a cultish world. We are all living in a scientific world. We believe in a soccer religion. We eat McDonald's, Trump McDonald's. We've been invaded from all ends. We believe in money, which is idols, which is part of Zionism. You don't want to eat at Kentucky. You don't want to go to Woolies. But even your money is it's owned by the Zionists. So who are you? What did you do to your children? Okay? This is the time now in your evolution where there will be now drought and famine, okay, coming as per the Quran, people. Obviously you are following CNN, BBC, ENC, whatever the case might be. But listen to your Quran, people. Just listen to your Quran. It speaks the truth. Okay. This is the time where there will come there will be famine in all around you now. Okay. The Hormuz, the Gulf of Hormuz, where Iran is based now, it will be closed up. Oil will go through the ceiling. Yeah, okay, and it will bring down. It will increase the price of commodities. Okay, you see, because you love to eat and not eat to live, this thing is going to hit you in a very, very awkward situation in your life. Okay. We were never supposed to have been the consumers that we became in the last 20 years of our lives. Okay. The things we put in this body, the chemicals we allowed onto our skins and our hairs and our nails and the medication that we have been feeding our bodies, people. Wallahi, we are dead corpses. We are dead. We have no conscience, because any conscious human being would never do that to his body. Qasam. Wallahi. It's only when you are consciously dead that you would allow just anybody to put anything into your mouth. You don't care who made it. You don't know whose hands had been on it. You don't know what stress, what negative energies, how they have to sell food. People, Allah didn't make a mistake. It's your false gods that made a mistake that you have to buy food now. Okay? You're going to be exposed in a very awkward situation for human beings, not just religious people, for being human beings and being unconscious human beings. Okay? You killed your own conscious. We were busy we were busy gathering and bringing things and enriching ourselves on the outside, not knowing that richness only exists inside. Outside is an illusion, people. You can't have it for you. It can never ever be yours, even if they say it's on your name. It doesn't exist. It's only in your mind, on your name, because you were contracted when you were wearing the tracksuit. So, as your children, guys, listen to what I'm telling you, guys. You don't understand the Quran. Firstly, you give us a book, but you don't understand it. You tell us to do certain things, but you yourself don't even understand what is the meaning of conscious here. Okay? So, it's rather a bad innings on your side, because if your children exposes you to God, to the universe, to the Creator, then you're really in for a hiding, guys. And this is what is coming in our way now. Okay? Illa man sha'a, except those who had done their work, except those illa man taba wa amana wa amila amalan salihan. Okay, those who had liberated themselves, those who found the true identity, the sovereign identity. People, human beings cannot create human rights. Allah's created sovereign rights. Your sovereign right, your divine right, that is your conscious right. You have no idea who you are, because you are still stuck in your jinn, in your physical iced form. So you are still being held in Iceland. Now they're going to bombard you. Okay? You are going to now be in such turmoil in this next 3 years that is coming. You're not going to be able to travel far and wide. Okay, we're coming down to a shutdown of a civilization, because there's a nuclear coming in, a new vision, a new God, a new Rasul story, a new interpretation of a Quran, a new truth, a new civilization is coming. You are being replaced as a decadent, default civilization. You did not make it alive to this new age of truth, because you remain complicit. Okay, you remain stagnant. You didn't want to grow. If you don't grow, you die. Okay, your life lives in conscious, not in your physical world, because you came in conscious, you return in conscious. Just you switched off the link between the conscious and the unconscious realms. Okay. So now the oil, the true oil was the Kundalini oil. That was the Sibghat Allah allati وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِنَ اللَّهِ صِبْغَةً وَنَحْنُ لَهُ عَابِدُونَ. That was the sacred secretion in your body, okay, that goes through your spine into your brain and activates your pineal gland and your crown chakras and all these things that you needed to activate over this last 6 years. You had to do a proper spring clean, people. Al die gemos wat in your genes gewees het, in your blood cells and al die goedes. Allah gave us 6 years an opportunity to exit, and to position ourselves in terms of re-entering the arena, but this time not on the wrong side, but on the right side. Okay, because we were innocent, we made mistakes, which was natural. We acknowledged the mistakes, so we're not going to pay again for our sins. Okay. What you as a civilization came to do, you're stuck. You're now busy. You're too afraid to tell the world that the ANC is the most corrupt government in your lives. There's nothing more corrupt. Even the Muslim politicians, the ulama, cannot say the truth anymore. They want to associate themselves with these royal tribes, which they believe is royal, but they can't speak the truth, people. They want to fight for freedom outside of themselves, but they cannot find freedom within themselves. Okay? Those in Jahannam is going to live a very it's a misery life you're gonna expect going through now. It's gonna be a misery life because you've been making the person who is honest a liar and the liar the honest person. Okay? Nukadibu sadiq wa nusaddiqul kadhib. So the lifestyles that you had projected into the last civilization, where you fabricated religions, you put people in there, you made it a joke, you made a mockery of Allah, of consciousness, okay, of prophecies, okay. Couldn't read the book, guys. You failed it miserably, okay. The exams wasn't between you and another person, it was between you and your conscious, okay. How honest could you be to yourself? How quiet could you listen to that voice that is coming in, that is giving you your message, you're feeding you your rizq, hasanan? Could you hear it, or were you disconnected from it? Could you make contact with the divine conscious realms? Okay. Could you feel that there was assistance coming into your order? Okay. Could you feel that there was a transition, a change coming in your lives? Could you see there was a need for it since Corona invaded your past civilization and destroyed it? Allah destroyed your civilization, your rationale, your money. You are just living on a respiratory, intelligent, artificial system. It's not true anymore. You are still lying to yourselves. The money is worthless, but you give it power because you believe in that God. It's an idol in your lives. You killed the real God when you closed your mosque and you put your mothers in a plastic bag under the ground. Remember that as a civilization. This war that is coming to bury the remains of those who antagonized the divinity of this planet. This is a mother planet. I always told you people. This that is coming now, embrace yourself, because the more purging you've gone through now, you had found your original nuclear inside of you. Your nuclear is inside of us. Okay? The soul lives in your heart. This is the soul now. It's coming home. Our souls, our mother souls, our true identity, our true sovereign rights is coming back to us now, because this is where you live in Jannah. Your people gave your children the word Jannah, but you yourself didn't know where the bloody Jannah was. Or else you were keeping them secured in Jahannam and giving them security and insurance to let them remain stuck in Jahannam, where you are currently residing in, because you have no idea where Jahannam or Jannah is. So you're gamblers, okay? You gamble with children's lives in this earth. So what must a God do to you who have lost vision, who blinded, okay? When you forgot who you are. Al-yawma nansakum kama nasitum liqa'a yawmikum hadha. It's all in your Quran. Everything has been told to you, but it's not holy, it's the truth. But you don't want to hear the truth. You want to hear what is holy. Okay? Holiness only resides outside because the heart is where the whole story has been captured, people. Okay? It's a fasting day. It's the final fasting day of Yom Eلاثنين in the end of our term. It's the 6 years is over now, guys. Okay, each one goes his own way now because whoever set out their task in the last 6 years, they had to go to wherever they had to go and cleanse themselves, had to uproot themselves from, and had to go and had to go and re-sow the garden because the past garden was destroyed. Your entire past civilization is been destroyed now. The last part of your lives now is that you will now see fear. You will live in dangerous fear. Dangerous fear. This fear that you're going to go through now, the anxiety you're going to get, the panic attacks you're going to find, the hormones that's going to go chronicle, the heart attacks. People, this thing is going to finish you because you didn't do your homework. You didn't respond to the call, and you didn't find your soul tribe. That was what you had to find. Find the origins of your people, where your 5,000 years ago, where did they come from? Where did your ruh come from? Okay? That is what you had to establish. And had you found it, like we of the soul tribes, then we have found life after death, because death was death, dark. Now we know who we are. We have rhythm. ربنا أمتنا اثنتين وأحييتنا اثنتين فهل لنا من سبيل. We know the way out here, guys. Most of you are still stuck in that prison, that mental prison. You don't know whether to go forward because you're in the cell. You're paying for airtime, and you got unlimited data. So you have been captured. Okay, in that paradigm, you cannot leave that reality. That is your punishment. That is the Nari Jahannam Khalidina Fiha Abada. This is Jahannam you are in now. Because nobody's going to take you out of that mindset. You are settled to that. You're seeing a reality only for what it is, that your adversary, that the illusion had given you comfort and security, and you paid and insured it to be real. It's not real. Your children is telling you you're living a lie. What more do you want to hear? Your scholars are lying to you. They don't know what to say because they have all been mutilated since COVID. Everybody's asking themselves, where are we? But the most important thing is your children, the next children, they know more better than what you know, because you lost the way. Allah had to save the children, couldn't save those who were the cause for the children to be lost, okay, on earth. So, mashallah, tabarakallah, the adhan is almost going now. Allah accept. This is Masyan Mansiya. Whoever is going to be removed from our conscious memories now, be it your whoever, guys, this is soul business. This is reality. This is conscious here. Your conscious is going to be cleansed. That is muh, and mad. Okay, Muhammad. Okay, you're going to see a new reality for those who deserved it, those who earned it, not those who followed blindly and believed but didn't know. This is for those who know, who Allah gave them that insight. Okay, not antagonizing anybody, but only making the differentiating between those who are mushrikun, munafiqun, and those who are mu'minun. Everybody is Muslimun. There is no the Yahud is a Muslim, the Christian is a Muslim, the Muslim is a Muslim, but not all is mu'min, people. Not all is mu'min. That's the difference here. So there are many Christians that are mu'minun. Okay, there are many Yahud that are mu'minun, and there are many Muslims that are mushrikun. Remember what I'm telling you, people, today. Okay, so this is the way we part. We part from our physical line of belief systems, of physical interaction, of where we were captured in a physical body and believing that was a reality. That episode was closed. That series is over. That Urtugan is klar. We gotta now rescript. Now, most of you don't have a script, so you will remain in that cell forever. Okay, you had to do your homework, you had to do your studies, you had to find the truth. That was why you're here. Those of us who have been scripted and has scripted a narrative, and they are guided by the heavens, by the universe, they will now gladly go on to the next evolution of a civilization in conscious, because we only live in conscious. You don't live in the physical, because your body never goes anywhere else but stays here. Okay, so you had to go on the loop of faith. You had to let the handles of the handle. You have to let the handles off, your hands off the handle, and let the bicycle ride without you steering it, but you feeling it. That was your task in the last 6 years. If you had done it, you know what you've gained. Your child has come back. Your reality has been reformed, and eternity was promised in your mind, whilst death was now a mere illusion. Your parents cannot believe this because they taught you the opposite, not knowing that they feared life. They feared death because they created a false God. Okay? Careful what we've come into here. It's now sensitive times. It's the end game. This is the end game. For us, we finish. We are now resetting, getting the tribes out, getting the migrational patterns, getting the currencies. It's a new life for us because we believe. Okay? Those who did not believe, they were the mushrikun at the end of the day. It had nothing to do with religion. It was only about you to find the truth within you. That was it. Just to remember where your origin, where your authenticity has come from, and how to grow the tree of life for your bloodline. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Adhan is going now. May you have a beautiful evening, and have a nice, beautiful iftar, so buka, and make dua for our great mothers and fathers that tutored us into this blissful moment of civilization. May Allah grant our ancestors the Jannat, Na'im, our great parents, mashallah, those beautiful members and bearers and khalifas and imams, mashallah, lovely neighbors. Allah Ta'ala barakat. Allah guide our grandchildren that's coming in now, because they're coming in with some good stuff, people. There's good stuff coming in for the real people. Jazakallah khairan, and shukran to Auntie Nadia and all the beautiful members of our town, and Jazakallah khairan, and enjoy your buka. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
يا مصطفى كل شيء لله يا نورا من نور الله يا مصطفى